Welcome to Truckee Talks. I'm Maia Schneider, and we have a great show lined up for you today. We've invited representatives from all of the ski hills in the area to come talk about what's new, what's exciting, what's going on for their ski seasons this year. It's going to be a great show, so stay with us. Our very first guest is Carrie Roberts from Boreal. Carrie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here. You might remember Carrie from last year's show when we went up to ski the hills on Donner Summit. You were nice enough to show us around your hill.
That's great.
So what's going on at Boreal? What's new this year?
Well, we're open.
And I should tell our viewers, we're taping this the middle of November. It won't air until around Thanksgiving, but you opened...
Right, we opened November 11th, which is on Veterans Day. We kind of planned it on a holiday so more people could come up and enjoy it. And we had a big crowd, considering we only had one run open, and a little bit of snow. But I think it's the novelty of being the first resort open in the area, which is a tradition for us, and we always try to strive for that. Mother Nature helps, but also our snowmaking helps as well. So we did open on November 11th, and conditions keep improving every day.
Yeah, we got another 8 to 10 inches last night.
Yes, we did.
That was very
beautiful.
exciting to wake up to a new blanket of snow. So what's new for this year? What can folks expect to see different or improved at Boreal?
Well, we have a few improvements. We have our day terrain park, which we renamed the Zoo. We also have an intermediate day park called the Zoo 2, as in T-O-O, like limited to. And we also still have our night park, which is called Nightline now. We are going to have 2 pipes, which is one more than we had last year. Last year we only had the night pipe. And this year we're going to have another one, so that's kind of exciting.
That sounds like a whole lot of terrain parks. Are you catering to a certain crowd with that?
50% of our clientele is snowboarders. We have terrain parks. I don't know if we really cater to snowboarders, but they're a feature of ours that we like to keep up, and we have a new terrain manager, and so she's working really hard and wanting to keep them up, and so it's just something that we do.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we also have a zebra bus, which is going to be kind of our highlight on one of our parks on the zoo. It's going to be the zebra bus, which is filled with music, and it's just going to kind of liven up the hill a little bit. So that'll be fun too.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What about any special events or promotions going on?
Well, for the whole season, we'll have a promotion where follow-up lessons are free. So if you take a beginner lesson at Boreal, snowboard or ski, and you don't feel like you kind of quite got it the first time, you can come up the rest of the season and get free follow-up lessons through your level 3. So that means you can ski the top of the mountain. So that's kind of a big thing. We want to encourage beginners to come back because I think sometimes they get kind of discouraged, and we want them to come back.
Yeah,
so that's a big
program
thing for us.
Yeah. And you were talking earlier before we taped this segment about your night terrain park, and I'm curious about that. You have a special park that's reserved just for the night riders.
Right, we do. It doesn't open until 3:30. No one's allowed in there. Ski Patrol has to shoo everyone away from it. Everyone gets nice and fresh, no tracks in it, so everyone tries to get in there. But it's not open until 3:30, and it's open till 9, so it's kind of a treat for people that just want to come up at night or people that stay the whole day. They have a nice fresh park to check out at night.
And everybody else gets to stare at this beautiful toy and play with that, but they don't get to touch it until evening. Well, tell us about your operating hours, Carrie. When can people start skiing with you or riding?
We're open right now. We're only open 9 to 4:30 p.m. every day. Starting Thanksgiving, we will be open for night skiing, and that will be 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And your lift ticket's good for the whole day, so you don't have to buy 2 separate tickets, which is nice.
That is great. And is there any special pricing or any bargains, especially the locals always ask, what's going on?
Well, Boreal's always a bargain. But for beginning right now, it's $20 until we open the top of the mountain, which hopefully will be this weekend. And then we'll go to our regular price, which is $31 for adults.
Great. Super. And people can ride literally from 9 to 9 on that.
Definitely.
That's super.
12 hours.
That's
long
great.
Time.
Now, you mentioned music in the Zebra.
Right.
I know that Boreal has a series of summer concerts. Do you have anything going on during the winter?
We do. We have a Snowboard 2000 series planned, which will be with Bill Graham Presents towards the end of April. So that's kind of our big concert, and then we'll also have the Warped Tour again in July, which last year it was July 4th, so I'm not sure when the date will be, but definitely check our website because it always has the information about it. We also are going to have Friday night expression sessions, which are every Friday night. It's a snowboard competition for all levels, which always accompanies with music. So we always have live bands. that are at the competitions.
That's great. It sounds like you've got a lot of fun stuff lined up,
do.
and continuing on with the tradition there.
Yes. It's
And
gonna be
it
great.
also sounds like if you want terrain, the Boreal might be a place to check out.
I think you should check it
All
out.
right, good enough. Carrie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we look forward to seeing you up on top of the hill.
Thank you.
And coming up next, we'll be hearing from Royal Gorge and hearing what they've got new, so stay tuned. Okay, you're clear. Welcome back to the show. We're here now with Jane Delaney, who is the Director of Marketing for Royal Gorge. Jane pointed out to me as she sat on the set that I have the wrong equipment up here, and you're right, I do. Tell us about Royal Gorge.
Well, we use different equipment here. There's a variety of new equipment out there, so if you haven't tried cross-country skiing in several years, you should get out and try some of the new shorter skis and taller boots, because it makes all the difference in the world.
You know, it's funny how gear has really changed over the last couple of years to revolutionize, whether it's boarding, skiing, cross-country skiing, it's all changed dramatically.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're saying there's new technology?
Yep.
Okay.
There is.
All
And
right.
shorter skis were new, shorter, wider skis with a little side cut were new in cross-country skiing about 7 years ago, so it's nice to see that the Alpine people have decided to come on board. It's good technology.
Well, you know,
It
us
works.
Alpine folks, we're a little slow to catch on, but we
Well,
get there eventually.
We all get stuck in our ways.
Yeah, it's that locked heel thing. So what's new at Royal Gorge this year, Jane?
Well, we put in some new trails, which if you've skied in the area, they'll make a lot of sense to make some of the interconnect trails work a little bit easier. We've put in an additional new cabin out, a private cabin out at Wilderness Lodge. So folks who like to go out there and be able to ski in and out from the front door can have the privacy of their own bathroom and accommodations, and then join along with the program that goes on out at Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, that's super. Now, can you talk a little bit about that? What is that about?
Sure. Wilderness Lodge is sold on a package basis. It's 3 miles into the trail system, and people come out there, they ride out in a sleigh, delivered in fine style, and are greeted by the staff out there. All of their meals, lodging, accommodations, trail passes, lessons, tours are included in their package price. There's a jacuzzi and sauna out there, and so if you're wanting to get away from telephones, TVs, having to figure out where you're going to park, haul your skis in and out during the day, or whenever you go to ski, you can just do that out at the lodge. They serve buffet meals, breakfast and lunch, and a family sit-down style dinner, and there's food available all the time, and people absolutely love it because they're not in the hustle and bustle of normal day life and the rigors of having to get ready to go ski every day. They just roll out of bed,
And
grab
they're
what they need to eat, ski. If they're too tired after skiing in the morning, there's a lot of overstuffed couches and lounge rooms
Yes.
there, so they just curl up with a good book for a nap around the fireplace.
Yeah, friends of mine went a couple of years ago and did that our last winter, and the husband remarked to me that really by the second day he was very happy just sitting on the couch
Yeah,
and reading.
It's a wonderful place.
That sounds great. Are there any new, you've got the new trails, are there any?
We've also made some new equipment acquisitions. So we've got some new grooming equipment out there, which makes a difference in the quality of the terrain that we're able to offer. And it's really nice to go to a cross-country area because you're able to ski on a consistent surface. So instead of slogging through the snow in the backcountry, you're able to get out and have a lot of that work already done for you.
And really just trek right along.
Yeah.
How many, I don't know if you measure in kilometers or miles?
We do. We have 330 kilometers, which is over 220 miles.
That's significant.
And the nice thing about it is, in the terrain up on Donner Summit, is you're actually able to go someplace where you have a vista or a viewpoint that's pretty spectacular. You can look into the Royal Gorge, which is over 4,400 feet deep. You can get up on some of the ridges. On a clear day, I've actually seen Mount Lassen from skiing at Royal Gorge,
Wow.
which is kind of nice.
That's a treat.
And you don't have to share it with everybody.
With all those kilometers, have you skied everything there is to ski at
Not
Royal
everything.
Gorge? I would think it would take a while.
Yeah.
Now, what can people expect when they go to Royal Gorge? Do you have equipment rentals there
We
for
have
them?
equipment rentals. We've got a retail shop, so if you have those hard-to-find items for cross-country skiing, we've got a pretty full-service operation there as far as the retail shop goes, in clothing, waxes, hats, gloves, that type of thing, clothes that are really appropriate for cross-country skiing. We also have a cafe. We've got several cafes that service our trail system. There's actually 4 of them. We've got warming huts out on the trail, So you can actually stop in for a cup of tea, get out of the weather if you like, or have a place that you can go and have a picnic with your family. We've got a rental department that's basically full service, so you can get anything you need, and we also have snowshoes.
And do your trails cater to all different levels of ability?
Yes, we've got beginner, intermediate, and advanced trails. We've also got 4 surface lifts. So if you're interested in practicing your downhill technique, you can do so.
I don't even want to tell you about my downhill technique on a free heel.
Well, you can practice your snowplow, your parallel turns, or your telemark turns.
And what about lessons? Do you have lessons?
Yes,
there?
we do.
Okay.
We have private lessons and lessons 3 times a day during the weekends, twice a day on the weekdays. We've got a Pee Wee Snow School, so if you'd like to drop your kids off, we service kids from 4 to 12. Kids that are 10 years or older can go into an adult lesson with their parents if they'd like to. Most of the lessons that we have last about an hour and a half, and if you're wanting to try it for the first time, we've got a Learn to Ski package for $42, so the trail pass that's good for the entire day, the lessons that are good for an hour and a half, and the rental equipment that's good for the entire day, you can do that for $42.
Super.
During the midweek, we've got some specials, so on Tuesdays, if 2 people would like to come up and do that, they can do so for $42. We call it 2 for Tuesday. Wednesdays, we've got $12 trail pass days, and Thursdays are Thrifty Thursday, so you can get a lesson trail pass package. No, it's a trail pass rental package, I'm sorry.
All that without a brochure in
Yes.
front of you. I am impressed. and want all those locals to pay attention to those
Yeah.
midweek specials. That's
Yeah,
really
it's a great
something.
time if you have to work in the industry and you have to work through the weekends to come up and
Sure.
take advantage of the terrain that's in your backyard.
And then just real quickly, Jane, opening date or estimated?
We will be open this weekend, which is the 18th and 19th,
Okay.
but then we'll close down Monday through Wednesday, and we'll be back open Thanksgiving Day for the season.
And that's when this show will start to air, so watch for it to be open.
Yeah.
Jane from Royal Gorge, thank you very much for being on the show.
Come on out and go skiing.
I think I will.
All right.
I have to caution my watchers now. We have Norm Saylor coming up next, so hold on to your seats. Welcome back to the show. As promised, I've got Norm Saylor here from Donner Ski Ranch. Norm, what the heck is new at the ranch this year?
Well, the only reason I'm here and what's new is that the guy that should have been here is in the hospital getting fixed. So
Oh my goodness.
anyway, he had an operation. So I got stuck with the job. So you're not going to get all the good stuff. You'll just get what I've got to say.
Oh, we've got Norm's philosophy here. Well, we're glad to have you back on the show, Norm.
Well, at the ranch this year, it's a lot of just the same old stuff, except we did do quite a bit of trail grooming. We put a lot of time into working up our beginner runs that we have that are a little higher on the mountain so that we can give those people a little better experience and invite them to really look at it to say, wow, I've really been up there doing something. So that's one of the things we did. We've tried to put together a lot of programs this winter. I think the best one we've got is that we're going to put out something that I think people should like, and that's skiing for $15 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You don't need a 2-for-1 card. You don't need anything. Just show up with $15 and we'll be happy to take it and put you in a chair and send you away.
You need to repeat that, Norm.
No, we said it once. That's
$15?
$15 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays.
Okay.
Starting as soon as we can get open. It's not good through the holidays, but then it'll start again after the first of the year until the end of the year.
And Norm, we were talking about this before the camera started to roll. What's your estimated opening day now?
Well, we're hoping, like everybody else, we're shooting for Friday. In fact, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to try and go make
19th.
some more snow, and we'll be open this Friday if things go right on a limited basis, like everybody else. But it's going to get it started. I think it's great. The week before Thanksgiving, and lots and lots of years we've never made that, but when the whole industry can almost get started, then it's really good. It really helps everybody.
It sure does. Brings everybody up the hill and gets us all thinking about it. Because I've already been thinking about it. I'm getting
I
my
can
skis.
see that.
Getting my skis tuned up and everything else. Norm, Donner is known for being a special place, I think, especially for snowboarders. Are you doing anything special for them this year? Or?
Well, we're still in the what I call the freeboarding market. We don't put a lot of hard effort into terrain parks and things because I still believe that a lot of the boarders like to have free terrain and look at it that the whole place is a park. And I think a lot of the kids and the people that come there feel that way, that it's more of a mountain that's a park rather than just going to a park.
I think that's one of the things that's fun about Donner is every time that I've skied there, it's been different. I've gone down a run and sometimes it'll be carved with jumps and bumps and sometimes it'll just be a groomed run and sometimes it'll be not groomed at all and just
Well, I hope that that's the way it is, because I guess I still live in the Stone Ages, because I like skiing to be something that isn't just white gingerbread, you know, to where it's all nothing but hard, great, wonderful corduroy. Maybe some of it's going to be a little mixed up, and look for a little junk snow and some other things, and go out and really test your ability, and actually get out and get on the mountain and try and become a person that's a little more adventurous than just looking at the trail map and saying, oh, I can go here. And that's kind of what I like to see. So that's the way Donner is. We do offer what I think is a fun program. It is for me, because we have a gentleman that takes you on a tour and gives you all the history of Donner Summit, and of course that's what I'm into. I like the history of Donner Summit, so if you're interested in that, I think it's every day at 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock, something like that. But you can call and find out from us.
Find out from the ranch direct. Oh, that sounds great. Norm, I know that during the summer you had a lot of different events. You had a lot of, practically everything that was on two wheels was on out at Donner Ski Ranch. Do you have anything special in terms of events going on for the winter?
Well, not as big as our summer events. The wintertime events were typical. We've got, you know, a lot of the snowboard events, a lot of the little ski races, and high school teams and things like that, racing and stuff. Same as everybody.
Okay.
But nothing big, Just
come on out and have some
fun. Just the
fun.
ranch, just have some fun.
Yeah, just come on out and have fun. We got to let Norm go. He's got to go make some snow tonight.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everybody will be able to make a lot of it the next 2 days. It looks like the temps are going to be real good for us, and I think everybody should get a good start.
Yeah,
Maya, thank you.
Well, thank you.
As always, it's wonderful to be with you.
Norm, it's great to have you back here in the studio. Thanks a lot. And stay tuned. We'll be right back with our next guest. We're back on the show, and now I'd like to welcome Bill Hudson from Sugar Bowl. Bill, nice to have you here.
It's good to be here.
It's exciting. We got to see you last year when we went up on the summit, and now you're here in the studios under the hot lights.
Yeah.
Well, tell us what's new at Sugar Bowl. I think you've got probably a lot going on there.
Well,
this
as
year.
you might know, it's our 60th anniversary this year, 1939 to first chairlift in California to 1999.
Huh.
And we're celebrating our 60th anniversary with putting in a new high-speed quad on Mount Disney, which was the first chairlift in California, as I said. And now we have a new high-speed quad there, all the way from the bottom, all the way to the very top. No hike over to the Sugar Bowl now.
How
and
exciting.
we also have a new beginner lift over on the Judah side, as well as some beginner trails over there. So that'll be really nice. Beginners will be able to go from both of our entrances, the gondola or the Judah side. They'll have full service at both entrances. And we also have a couple new runs off the top of Mount Judah. So we got a lot going on this summer. We were a little worried that it wasn't ever going to snow, but it gave us time to get everything done. And now it looks like we're getting some snow, so it should be a good year.
Now you've got the operational people in August saying, don't let it snow, don't let it snow, we have to get things finished. And the salespeople saying, let it snow, let it snow.
We have the operational people, and in November we're saying, don't let it snow. But we got everything done before this storm. Last couple storms came in, so we're all set now.
That's great. Now you might want to talk a little bit for people that haven't been to Sugar Bowl in a few years about the Judah side. I know that's relatively new.
Yeah, if people haven't been there for, it's been about 5 years now. We've had the Judah entrance open. You can actually drive right in, right to the base of the lifts. There's 2 high-speed quads that go right from there. So that's nice. And we've got a new 20,000 square foot day lodge there that we just opened last fall. Big deck, really nice barbecues out there, great view. So people really enjoy that. It's nice to have both sides now, though, because people can still take the gondola in. That's got a lot of charm and history to it, and it's kind of nice for people to be able to do both, because that's something that's it's nice to be able to take that gondola in and feel that kind of different side.
The nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly, the nostalgia and the different feeling that both sides of the mountain have now.
So who should visit Sugar Bowl? What kind of skier or rider needs to check out?
Well, really, we cater to just about everyone. I mean, we're going to have 2 great parks this year, as well as a half pipe. So snowboarders will be happy. We've got, as you know, some excellent beginner terrain on the bottom now on both sides, as I said before, and we have great expert terrain on top of the mountain. And it looks like with our new snowmaking, even if we don't get great early season snow, we'll be able to make snow top to bottom. So
That's great.
yeah, it should be good.
That's super. So what's your estimated opening date?
Well, we're going to be opening the Sunday before Thanksgiving,
Okay.
and probably unlimited operation, but we're expecting more storms. And as I said, with our new snowmaking, we should have top to bottom skiing 1,500 feet from by Thanksgiving.
So do you have any special events or promotions planned to celebrate your 60th anniversary?
Well, locals should know that we always have our 2-for-1 Wednesdays, every Wednesday, all winter long, except for the Wednesday after Christmas. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And for the younger locals, we do have a $5 ticket for 13 and under for local school kids every day of the week, as well as a $15 ticket for 13 and over, as long as they show their local school ID.
Okay.
And we will have on Saturday, December 11th, a 2-for-1 day. That's kind of our opening 60th anniversary celebration day. We will have demos on that day as well. All the major ski and snowboard companies will be up. That's December 11th.
I was going to say, could repeat that?
2-for-1 tickets
and
a demo day. And I also wanted to let everyone know that we're going to have a bus running daily, coming up hourly, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it goes right from downtown Truckee Station all the way up Donner Summit Road, up Old 40 to Sugar Bowl.
And this is the Truckee trolley we're talking about?
No, this is actually Area Transit Management.
Right.
Area Transit.
Yeah, it's Area Transit Management. Yeah.
Runs this bus, and
Right.
they will be running that all season long, starting the day we open until April 23rd.
And that's a real good information, and I appreciate you bringing that up. For
Yeah.
anybody that wants to ski the summit, take the trolley, take the bus.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get there, and you don't have to hassle.
And as I
parking.
said, it'll be running all day, every day. So.
Super.
And if you have any questions about that or need the schedule, it's 426-9000,
Okay.
or look on the web at sugarbowl.com.
Great. Okay, and we'll be showing that on the screen as well, so folks have
Okay,
their
great.
pad and pencil out. They can jot down all these telephone numbers that we're throwing at them. Bill, you've got a lot of stuff going on with opening, with getting the 60th anniversary celebrated. What should people be looking for just throughout the season? You've got the new runs. Where do people find these things?
Well, as I said, the new runs are off the top of the Judah lift.
Okay.
And they're going to be some real nice rolling terrain, intermediate to advanced. So just go to the top of the Judah lift and you'll find those runs. And of course, the Disney lift, the new express quad there, is going to be a big bonus for us. That's definitely one of our main lifts. So I think people are going to be really excited about that this season, and I'll be really excited because on my lunch hour I can get about 10 runs in now instead of just about 4.
You get to ski on your lunch hour?
Well, don't tell.
That's unheard of.
Don't tell my boss. But, yeah.
Say, and who do I call to give this information to? Well, it sounds like a lot of cool stuff going on at Sugar Bowl.
Definitely, it's going
Sounds
to
like
be a
we need
great
to-
year and a good way to celebrate our 60th.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on
Thank
attaining
you.
your 60th. And I'm sure we'll see you up on top of the hill.
Okay.
Bill, thanks. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute with Northstar at Tahoe. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. Now we have Erin Bernall, who's the communications manager for Northstar at Tahoe. Erin, welcome.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here on the show. Well, Erin, what's new at Northstar this year?
I think the biggest thing that folks around here are going to enjoy is the new Summit Deck and Grill. It's the locals' favorite lunch spot on the top of Mount Pluto, and we rebuilt that this summer, and this year it will include indoor seating. So that is a big plus. We'll still have the huge deck, so you get the free views of Lake Tahoe, but now you can sit inside and enjoy it some days when the winds are a little high or the temperatures are cool. So that's something that's
great.
That's going to be very good. And then we're also introducing a new program called First Tracks, and that's for the early bird skier, snowboarder on a weekend. And what we'll do is we'll operate a couple of our chairlifts a little earlier than our normal operating schedule, so this group of people can get up on the mountain and get a few fresh runs before the rest of the world wakes up.
Dibs?
Dibs, exactly. And you get a full buffet breakfast at the lodge at Big Springs. And then by the time the gondola opens to the public, first track skiers and riders are already on the back side of the mountain.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, that'll be great. And it's something that people have been requesting for years and years, and so we're going to give it a try this year. And it will be offered just on weekends, weather and conditions permitting, and that'll happen right away.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times you stand at the bottom of the lift, you're just waiting, I want to be on the hill, I'm waiting. And now you have the opportunity to sneak on and be on before everybody else.
Exactly.
That's great. Erin, what's Northstar's estimated opening date right now?
Right now we're looking at November 20th, and if the storms roll in as they're predicted, we will go with that. We'll operate on limited terrain, and then as more storms and man-made snow give us a greater base, then obviously we'll open more terrain. And we definitely are shooting to have a lot open by Thanksgiving for the long weekenders, and I think we'll be there.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, it was so, I said this earlier in the show, it was so rewarding to see that fresh blanket of snow last night.
Oh, it was
Thank
great.
you. It was just what we needed. Now, you mentioned terrain, and I've heard rumors that you've got some new terrain opening up this year.
Well, actually, the terrain I think that you might be speaking about is the 4 runs that you can see from Highway 267. And that is off the north lookout area of the mountain, which right now is accessed only by snowcat tours. Next summer, our plans are to install a chairlift back there, so then these 4 new runs will be open to the public. But right now, the only way you can get to them is by participating in an organized snowcat tour.
And they can do that through Northstar.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And what else is new? What else is going on this year at Northstar? What can people expect to see?
Well, those are the biggest new things, but 2 things that I think are worth mentioning that aren't necessarily new, but are pretty exciting, are the free lessons that we have every single day, and that's for intermediate and above skiers and snowboarders. You have to be at least 13 years old to participate, and the class structure is pretty informal, so depending on what the group wants to focus on, that's what the instructor will gear the lesson toward, whether it's a powder day or we have mixed conditions, whatever. And then also we will have 2 locals days each week this year, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and lift tickets are $30 for North Shore locals.
So you need to bring identification?
You need to bring identification, and you need to be from Truckee, Incline Village, Kings Beach, or Tahoe City, and just present your ID to the ticket window.
And it's a $30 lift ticket?
$30 lift ticket.
Oh, that's great.
Holidays excluded. I do have to throw that in there.
And that's, I'm sorry, Wednesdays and Thursdays?
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. And what about for kids? What can kids expect at Northstar?
Well, kids ages 5 through 12, lift tickets are just $10. Kids under 5, there is no cost for a lift ticket. We are adding some children's features, little terrain features around our beginner bowl area. And so this will be some whoop-de-doos and fun things for kids to do. And they could just go out and have a great time, enjoy our 7 terrain parks. And Vertical Plus is always a big hit.
Tell us about Vertical Plus, because we just briefly, but I know we've heard things about it.
Vertical Plus is Northstar's frequent skier and snowboarder program, and it offers members discounts on their lift tickets 7 days a week, and you're rewarded vertical feet for each chairlift you ride. It's similar to a frequent flyer club, and you can exchange your vertical feet for prizes throughout the season. And what's good about Vertical Plus is that your membership is also honored at Sierra at Tahoe on the South Shore.
That sounds great. Now, I have one question for you before I let you go. If I get caught in the kids' terrain part, will I get kicked out?
Definitely not.
I can do the whoopie-doos too then?
You can do whatever you want.
All right, good. Well, for more information, you should contact Northstar at Tahoe.
Yeah, we have an 800 number, 1-800-GO-NORTH, or you can check out our website at www.skinorthstar.com.
Great. Erin, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Again, that's Erin Bernall, Northstar at Tahoe. Stay tuned. Up next, we have Alpine Meadows. Okay, we're back on the show. We've got Rachael Woods now, who's the Public Relations Coordinator for Alpine Meadows.
Hi.
Rachael, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Well, what's going on at Alpine this year?
Well, we have a couple of new things. The most exciting thing that we have this year, as you know, one of Alpine's claim to fame is the out-of-bounds and open boundary policy at the ski area. And we're kind of taking advantage of that and kind of want to show the ropes to people who really aren't local and want a chance to see some of the off-piste terrain at a less threatening level than it might be if they were there by themselves. So we've put together what's called the Alpine High Adventure Tour. You can get up to 6 people together and reserve a group through the ski school desk. And what comes with that is a level 3 instructor, lunch, transportation if you end up at an area that isn't lift accessible. Absolutely. So it's going to be really neat, and they take you to some fairly, out of the way areas, some hidden powder stashes and great tree skiing and things like that.
Now I can hear a collective groan going out from the locals here.
Of course. Of course. There's got to be an even keel. And the one of our goals in mind is not to scare anybody. We do require that they be advanced skiers or snowboarders, and we're not out to terrify anybody. We just want to show them the opportunities. We're not going to give away the world here. It's just to introduce off-piste skiing to people who are regularly on the trails.
Yeah, that sounds like a great program. Get people off the groomers and introduce them in a much less intimidating way than say, oh, my friend wants to take me up to Keyhole and I've never been there before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we're going to run them full-day sessions or half-day sessions, and it's a great program. It's a non-threatening way to show people how to ski diverse terrain, or snowboard for that matter.
And what about the folks that are showing up at Alpine for the first time? Maybe they've never been on snow before. And what do you have to offer for those folks?
They can certainly go snowshoeing. We have a great snowshoeing trail that runs through some of the trees at our base area, and we have Atlas snowshoes at the base area that you can rent, and you can rent them full or half day or by the hour. We also have sled dog racing, and this is our first year for sled dog racing, and that will be 2 times during the midweek and during the holidays as demands. So that's going to be kind of interesting. It was really popular. We tried it out for a little bit last spring, and it was a huge hit. Kids love it, and it's a blast.
Well, and of course, dogs are somewhat synonymous with Alpine, with your search and rescue dogs. And
we have great dogs. They're my favorite. They are my absolute pride and joy.
Yeah, and
they're not even mine.
People that aren't familiar with Alpine may not understand this whole phenomena. But
we have approximately 10 working dogs, and they're there every single day, and they run more miles than we could all put together.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they're great dogs.
Absolutely.
It's sort of funny to be in line waiting for the lift chair to come around and have to be stopped because the dogs need to get onto the chair in front of you. It's great.
And it's funny, a lot of the dogs can negotiate the chair a lot better than some of the never-ever skiers and snowboarders.
Now, I know that the first time I skied was at Alpine, and I took a lesson there. Do you still have the beginner's packages for?
Oh, absolutely. We definitely have the beginner's package. Alpine has one of the best ski schools and snowboard schools in the West. So we do pride ourselves on the ski and snowboard schools. They're great.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun, and they have actually this year we also have a new surface lift for kids who are just learning to ski or snowboard. It's located in the base area. It's called a Sun Kid surface lift. It's kind of like one of the moving sidewalks you might see in an airport. So it's a nice way to get kids skiing and snowboarding more than walking up the incline in the very basic base lodge area.
And probably a mode of transportation that a lot of city kids are familiar with.
Sure.
They know how to get on a conveyor belt. They do
Right.
it every day, escalators and, like you say, the moving sidewalks. Well, what else is going on at Alpine this year? If I come out, what am I going to see? Am I going to see music on the deck again?
Oh, sure. That, of course, more in the spring than anything. Today, of course, as you know, we got our second significant storm of the season, and we probably received 8 to 10 inches in the base area and maybe a foot on the top of the mountain. So We're gearing up. You know, I think the past couple of years have been absolutely exceptional snow years, and I think people forget just because we were a little spoiled last year and the year before that doesn't mean that this is a bad year. It's just a normal year.
It's a normal year, yeah, which we've managed to ski very bad years, and this doesn't look like it's going to be a bad year.
Oh, it's going to be a great year.
It's going to be a good year.
Absolutely.
Rachel, what is your estimated opening date? This show will start airing around Thanksgiving, and what?
We're shooting for the week of Thanksgiving, and we really want to make sure we have a quality product before we open the doors. We're making snow round the clock as of today, and last night it's just been really chilly, and it's beautiful.
It's great.
Yeah, the snowmakers are producing great product as far as artificial snow goes, and with that extra storm, it looks beautiful up there right now.
That's super.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so it looks like a lot to look forward to. That program for getting people on the off-piste really piqued my curiosity. I'll be
Right, I'm
interested
sure.
to see how that works this year.
Absolutely.
And like I say, maybe better to go on a guided tour than trust in some of my friends who might drag me somewhere I'm really not
I don't
ready to
think
go.
you need to worry about it.
Oh, you've never seen me ski, Rachel. you don't want to say that. I really appreciate you being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I wish you luck in this ski season. Again, that's Rachael Woods, Alpine Meadows. And up next, I believe we'll have somebody from Tahoe Donner, so stay tuned just a minute. Welcome back to the show. We're now here talking about Tahoe Donner, and with us is Andrew Hall, who is the manager of the cross-country area. Andrew, nice to have you on the show.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, Tahoe Donner, what's going on there this year? And you're manager of the cross-country area, so tell us more about that.
Okay, that's right, I work at the cross-country area. I can talk a little bit about the downhill area. I know for them this year they have a new conveyor lift for ski school, for the kids' ski school, so that's going to, I know a couple of other areas have that as well, but I think that's going to be a big bonus for ski school, and they're pushing that.
Boy, that's a lot easier than that old pole.
The rope tow
The rope
thing.
tow, yeah. I did that
definitely.
last year with a 4-year-old, and my back was killing me for days.
Yeah, that's new at the downhill area. They're also got a big thing with their midweek learn to ski packages, free skiing for free lessons for kids.
Great.
So that's something that they're pushing this season as well.
And do you know the age range for that, Andrew? What?
Actually, I do. It's 7 to 12,
Aha,
7 through 12.
Okay.
So yeah, midweek 7 through 12, free ski lessons.
Great, super. All right, now tell us
Okay.
about the cross-country area.
The cross-country area, new for us this year, we've got 3 new trails that we're pretty excited about. One joins up with the downhill area, so you can ski across, join friends at the downhill area, sit on the deck, take a ride on the chairlift, and then follow a trail back to the cross-country area. A couple of other trails that are extending our terrain and making it longer. One particularly long, steep trail that we're pretty proud of. We also going to have a new grooming machine, so we really are excited about that. We'll have some really good grooming this year.
And you've had, historically, you've had good grooming on your cross-country trails. It's going to get better.
Yeah, we always want to do it better, and we have got a good reputation at the moment, and we just want to keep pushing that. So we're going to do everything we can.
That's great.
So yeah, we're excited about that.
Now tell us a little about the terrain for cross-country. How challenging is it? What sort of advanced levels or intermediate levels or beginner levels do you cater to?
We're very fortunate. We have some great terrain. We have the Ure Valley, which is pretty well known in Truckee. It's very picturesque, it's flat, great place for the family, great place for beginners. And then we have the other extreme, up on the Sunrise Bowl and Hawke's Peak. We have some very steep trails and a double black diamond run that's really is a double black diamond run that we're quite proud of. And so we have something for everybody.
That's great.
We're very fortunate.
Yeah, and it's a pretty area too, and it's sort of hidden. You know, folks may not know about it. They come up for the bigger hills and may not know about Tahoe Donner.
Right. It's sort of tucked away in the top end of Tahoe Donner, and it's hidden, and it's got great terrain.
But it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. What about lessons and equipment rental? Do you offer all of that?
Oh yes, we've got great range of rental equipment. A lot of new equipment this year. a lot of new equipment last year. So we really do have great equipment in rental, and we've got a very strong ski school.
Do you have snowshoeing as well?
Yeah, we have snowshoeing. We don't have any snowshoe-specific trails, but we offer snowshoeing. We have lessons, rentals. Yep, we do the snowshoeing thing for
So
sure.
really, it's something for everyone there.
We hope so,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
That's what we're trying to do, yeah, really show them what cross-country skiing is, and that it's not just shuffling, it's not just for races, it's a really broad spectrum sport, and
Okay.
we want to show people what the sport's really about.
And can you tell me how many kilometers you have in trail?
Yeah, this year with our new trails we have 100 kilometres
Wow.
and 39 trails.
That's great.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to this season.
Oh, it should be great.
Yeah.
Speaking of, when does your season open? When do you anticipate opening?
We're going to do everything we can to open on Thursday, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
If it takes to shovel a little bit of snow, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But it's looking good now, so
Yes, it is.
we're pretty confident.
Great, great. Well, Andrew, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you.
And good luck to
appreciate the
Tahoe Donna
opportunity.
this season.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. All right, we'll be back in just a minute with our maybe last guest. Thanks for staying tuned. We'll be with you in just a second. Okay, we're back with our last guest of the evening. This is Micah Hinton. Micah is the Mountain Sports and Activity Supervisor for Homewood Mountain Resort. Micah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Maya.
Well, what's going on at Homewood this year?
Homewood this year, we are very excited for the 99-2000 Millennium season. Back in the spring, we decided that we were going to discount Homewood a little bit for the Millennium season. We were the first ones in the Tahoe Basin to offer the Millennium Pass, as we called it. It was a $199 midweek, $399 full season pass. Through that, I think we garnered a lot of attention, media, and just also word of mouth throughout the public. We have increased our season pass base greatly now, and we're looking forward to this year. We took a long look at pricing at ski resorts this year and decided that we were going to do a couple things. With the children, we think the children are the future of the sport. If you ask many people around Tahoe, they have learned to ski at Homewood. So we took the kids this year and made all 10 and under free. That's a free lift ticket for any child 10 or under, valid any day of the year. Christmas, New Year's, Arbor Day, Groundhog Day, every day.
You heard it here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We also discounted our senior rates. We brought the seniors back down to 60. They can ski for $9 a day. And our $38 lift ticket is still one of the cheaper in the Tahoe Basin, and it's under 40. So we're really going after the families. We think it's affordable and it's a good time.
Now, if I were 60 years old, I don't know if I'd be thrilled at the ticket price or crushed because I was being called a senior.
Well, either way, it's going to be good for you if you're a
It's a
skier.
good win. That's right. That's right.
Also this year, we have updated some of our on-mountain equipment, such as we have a brand new half-pipe grinder, which I'm very excited about. So I can ski and snowboard all day on brand new half-pipe at Homewood. We're thinking about having 2 of these this year, as well as keeping more terrain parks and border crosses open more of the time. We're going to attempt to keep them open 100% of the time.
That's exciting.
It is.
That's
It's going to be
great
nice
stuff.
for all of our pass holders weekday and as well as the weekend guests.
You know, a lot of people don't know about Homewood and its terrain. You can see so little of it from the
Right.
road and from the lake.
That's a comment that we often get, but once you get on the hill, it's fantastic. The views are the most incredible in Tahoe.
And they just keep going.
And it keeps going. We go way back. We actually have 1,300 skiable acres, so it's quite a bit larger than everyone thinks, and if they'd give it a try, they'd
Might
see
get
why.
hooked.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if they find those powder stashes up on the top.
Always powder stashes in the trees. Those are mine, though, so you can't tell anyone about
Oh, well, all right. If you're going to share them with me, we can keep it a
it.
secret.
Yeah, we'll go.
All right.
For this year as well, we have a bunch of events at Homewood.
Great.
I'm excited about. We have the United States Ski and Snowboard Association Junior Olympics for snowboarding. That is February 1 through 5, and it is open to anyone to compete, from ages 6 on up to 66.
So they don't already have to be in a league or in a club?
No, and that's nice. They've opened it up this year, and that's actually the Olympic funneling group, so it's kind of exciting. You could potentially see yourself on the Olympic team for
So we
this.
see some hopefuls out there. Come on out to Homewood in
Exactly.
February. That's
Definitely.
exciting.
We did some things last year, And I think we're really starting to move. I think there's a great buzz about Homewood in Tahoe. The new ownership has brought a lot of nice changes, and we're excited to keep moving forward.
Well, that's great. That's exciting stuff. What about somebody who's never been on snow before? What can they expect to find when they come to Homewood?
At Homewood, you're going to find a really friendly, inviting place for the beginner. We have a ski school and a charming little red hut right out front. You can actually, it's very nice, from our lodge you can see the beginner slopes, so the parents who might not ski can watch their kids learn right there in front of their face. We've got a great group of snowboard and ski instructors, been there for years, and with the visibility of the beginner base area right there, it just really works nicely.
That's great. That's super. So really it appeal for all levels.
It does appeal for all levels. I think that Homewood has a lot more to offer than people think, and even for the beginner, it's a great spot to learn.
So it's really your job to move it from being Tahoe's best kept secret to
out in the forefront of the industry, and we're really trying to make this, one of the top ski industries in America, if not the world.
Oh, that's great. That's super. I wish you luck in that endeavor.
Thank you.
I know I've skied Homewood a number of times and found those secret little places and thought, ooh, I don't know that I want to tell anybody about this.
Well, that's our job, is to tell them about
That's
it.
right.
We're going to keep a couple for ourselves,
That's
but we
right.
sure will get the word out.
Yeah, that's the problem with the local skiers. We tend to be greedy. we don't want
true.
to let people know, the skiers or the boarders. Micah, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for
having
telling
me.
us about Homewood Mountain Resort, and I wish you luck for the season.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that's our ski show for this year. We're going to wrap this up. It's been a great evening. We've talked with just about everybody we can. Just a side note here, we did invite Squaw Valley USA, and they were not able to come to the show today. But you've heard a lot of updates. You've heard when resorts are opening. And get out there, whether you ski, whether you board, whether you tele, alpine, whether you cross-country ski. There are a myriad number of things to do and a myriad number of places to do them. So get out there and enjoy all that our local ski areas have to offer this year, and have an awesome ski season. We'll see you soon.